The faded optimism of a sweet treat makes me feel sad. The golden season must have been full of such little pleasures. Is that your name on your collar? Let's see, you are Madrigal. It gives me a headache trying to imagine what a machine like this was used for. I have no idea. And you are Mata. And your name is Tupet. I wonder who named you that. You are a cow and you are named Krasnahorkai. A beautiful cow named Gorp. This machine looks powerful. It must have done the work of many people. The name of this cow is TVC-15, oh my. And the seventh cow's name was Balto. The cow is called Frenzy. Filled with grain for the future. The farmer didn't know they wouldn't need it. Cows from all over the world came here to compete in cow stuff? The golden season seems like such a different world.
got a big show today.
Huge show.
Breaking news. The Greyhands have died.
We're being reborn, baby.
And we're taking suggestions for our new name.
Live on the air suggestions from the rank and file.
You don't even need to be a Greyhand to suggest a name.
True, true.
The number to call is 0019. That is 0019. First caller, hit us with a name.
Hi, yeah. I was thinking the bricklayers.
Okay. Bricklayers.
Laying some bricks. Well, yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
We'll be taking them all afternoon, so keep them coming.
That number again is 0019. You're listening to Greyhand Radio. We are broadcasting live from Greyhand HQ.
And we're going to take a little break.
If the Greyhands are changing their name, you'd know them as something else. The tune well enough. I wonder why it appeals to our bovine brethren. These people had to leave so much behind. I've never drank cow's milk, let alone some kind of frozen version. This seems to be where they sewed these lovely embroideries. Another cow, another perfect name. Nellie. They left so much behind. I can still feel life here. Compared to my village, they lived in the open here. They lived on the land itself. I hope in the future, at least some people are still living like that. I feel the slow chaos of life in its branches. A tree dies on the same spot it was born.
Oh, no, no, no! You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a greyhound. What a relief. I'm sorry. I just assumed because who else would be... What are you doing here? Today? You're trying to do that today? Wow, and I thought I was busy. Welcome to Tiang Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. You noticed, I hope, that the valley is going to be flooded. The Greyhands are taking us to live in the Radiant City. Look! See how I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn. This is the space we have to work with, to live in. I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room, and we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently, and I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still... It's all here. It's okay. What'd you say you wanted to see? The true state of all things? It must be in here somewhere. We can do this. Just need to decide. These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy. This is an old religious book, The Prism of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages, a part I never understood, that I could still glimpse. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it never happened. Seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me? You're right. I'm sure the Radiant City has a library anyway. I know they're heavy. But would you want to take one with you? Yeah, maybe you'll make it to the Azan Islands someday. Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora. He painted all three of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi. Some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me? Yes, you're right, for better or worse. This is how he saw me, deep in his mind. Maybe someday I'll understand it. Maybe someday I will look at this painting and see him seeing me. All right, this is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or someone. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have forgotten? Now, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame and mourning. When someone dies and you're in mourning, you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regrets. It's a religious thing. Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this. These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes and go to school. He grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay. Yes, of course we'll bring this. I should bring anything that helps Kochi remember his dad. Let's see how this is going so far. Kochi will be so proud to wear this suit someday. I'll remember the way Yuri saw my essence. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. There's the skin of our body that keeps us together, but there's also the skin of our minds. The skin of your mind can pop like a bubble, and everything that makes you yourself will come pouring out, and the earth will devour it, eagerly, the way wind fills a vacuum. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know. I went through all our old photos, trying to see what I might be forgetting. I love that view. Have you been up there? By the entrance to the shrine? You really should go see it when it opens. It's just across the river and up the hill. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here, too. We got married in the suburbs of Tiang and had Kochi right here in the valley. He was a quiet person, a listener. Like you. He thought if he listened closely, he could heal the valley. We'll have to leave him behind. No choice on that. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Enough of these old photos. We still have work to do. All right, this is it. Oh. I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed, like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone, that's missing. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges, something like that. I'm glad you came to Tiang Valley today. Thank you for being there for me. I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush, but as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
This is the ancestor of the big windmills I saw on the ride here.
I love sounds and music. If you have anything you recorded to play me, Farmer Layton's cows. He tried everything to scare them out of the valley, but they kept coming back. He was even going to burn the field. I think they'll flee at the last second, like us. If you were wondering what kind of season this is, well, it's mating season for frogs. Probably not the answer you were hoping for.
He has been through a lot, and now we'll have to start all over again.
I think Matiora is still around. She's an old artist who lives out in the woods. You could pay her a visit.
The fabric negotiates with wind and gravity. The end result is flight. When I cobble together my own religion, this will be a god. This turns sound into written lines. Looking at sounds, I've never seen that before. He seems to have been obsessed with figuring this out. This was used to play forget music to the seeds. I guess it didn't work. The soil is contaminated with memories, and this was supposed to clean it? had an uncle who collected tools that were so old nobody knows what they were used for. I hope this wasn't to eat. It smells terrible. I hope I get to taste some saba fruit. If it merits a sticker, must be pretty good. I wish my thumb was more green than it is. The earth gave and gave. It did not let up. Not even at the last minute. We collect the fruit of the land we know is dying. Who could forgive us?
Do you want to go on a sightseeing tour? The next tour leaves in, well, now basically. Saying goodbye is like when you empty your pockets before going to bed. You get to see what you picked up. The things I picked up need somewhere to sleep. Follow me. This is my tree. Since we can't bring it to the city, I don't care what we bring. I love the tree, and Dad cured it. That's what he did. All this purple stuff in the valley that makes you feel funny. See? This used to be purple. And dangerous. Dad made the dangerous part go away. He wanted to make it so all the purple rocks were safe and green. I know there are plants underwater. Can a tree become an underwater tree? This one can't die. It's been through too much. Let's go.
A mineral that can affect the mind. To what extent? The tree looks diseased in this painting. The bird stole a small trinket. I left the bird its prize, but maybe I can learn more about the locket. Home to a thieving bird. The tree looks healthy. The ritual must have worked. This valley is so different than my village, but both places have an enormous tree watching over them. This tree will pass in the flood. What will be the end of the tree in Cairo? A piece of car, severed, dangling. As a warning to others?
Let's go.
I remember seeing the ocean for the first time, and something about the light, the water, the voices of other people, the boundary between myself and the rest of the world felt very thin. It was beautiful. There's something weird going on with this bell. Estelle gave me a little memory from a stranger. The past swims close to the surface in this valley.
I knew my brain was doing something special. I thought I'd wake up with an idea for a new shape or color. Everybody would love my new shape or color. But instead, my brain gave me a dream which made people afraid, which is making you leave. We don't think we have power, so we don't do anything. But you found something to do. I think that's nice. The elder said it means this season is ending soon. I want to tell you the dream now. Let's shut our eyes and lay on the roof. We are already on the roof. That's good. I'll speak the dream out loud and you imagine it. You can close your eyes now. I'll tell you when to open them. I am in the forest. The sun is bright. My stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. I look for something to eat. There are fruit trees lining the path. I look for one to pick, to eat. I climb up one of the trees and reach out to grab a shining red apple. I blink, and suddenly the apple is rotten. It looks like it's full of spiders. I blink again, and now the apple is just a baby apple. Not ripe or rotten. I lose my balance and fall onto the ground. The apple changes colors. Some are eaten, some disappear. I hear a voice. Someone is there with me. I try to recognize who they are, but their face keeps changing. They're kind of everyone. I tell them I'm hungry. I want what the earth is trying to give me. They say, these aren't apples. They're memories of every apple I've ever seen. There's something wrong with my eyes. And there's something wrong with the soil. They say I need to look into the sun to clear out my vision. They say we're going to look together, and that when we do, they'll melt away. They want to. Then behind them I see you, watching from the shadows. You've been taking notes on everything. This makes me feel better. I turn my head and I let the light in. I lose track of everything. When I get my senses back, I find myself holding a round, red fruit in my hand. I don't know what it is, but I take a bite, and it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Then I woke up. You can open your eyes now. You probably have questions. It wasn't only my fault that the apples were acting funny. It seemed like the natural world, or whatever it's called, the land didn't know what time it was either. The soil had to forget a little. The face of the ghost person in the dream? They were everyone and no one. It reminded me of someone I used to look for. My birth was not easy. I was bigger than most babies. After I was born, the elder advised them not to have any more children. But years later, my parents tried. They told me I'd have a sibling. But we lost them a few weeks later. I felt like it was my fault. I should have been born last, if ever. I needed to see this missing person somewhere. So I searched faces for a face I'd never seen. I thought I had to carry them forever. But in the dream, they wanted to become part of everything. I had to let them go, which felt like a piece of me was dying. It hurts a lot, but it's a nice thing to do if you can. To let part of you become part of everything. Oh, I feel a bit winded now. I feel like everything is happening the way it should, but I still wish none of it would happen at all. I wish my dream didn't mean anything. I wish we had wasted more time together. I know. Thank you for reminding me. We'll go down this roof together, and you'll keep going down and down, down into the heart of the world. Thank you for listening to my dream.
Unlit candles being drowned in a flood, a loss of potential light, potential prayers. The tomb is elevated, so maybe the body isn't buried under earth. It could be in these stones. The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. 1. Time moves us when we move not. There is no time. It looks like a set of aphorisms. Now to find the rest. What is a symbol but a word without a sound? I can still walk through the streets of my village, down the corridors of memory. They're keeping the memory of the dead alive in a way I've never seen before. Gary's tombstone. He'll stay behind in the valley. There isn't enough room for a cemetery in my village. Here, memory is granted space. Land is used to let the living meet the dead. Or maybe it's the other way around. They seem to be looking for something. The artist has depicted the Greyhands as a child. They don't have faith in their capabilities, but see them as innocent? I wonder if the graffiti will survive the flood. What mark should I leave? The mark will be washed away, but the photo will survive. I try to divide the things I see between two categories, permanent and impermanent. But the division breaks down. The difference is just a feeling.